Well, good evening once again. Day 1390 of the Trump administration. 72 days until Inauguration Day. Tonight, the president still refusing to concede the election as President-elect Joe Biden moves ahead with his transition and a plan to fight the pandemic. He just can't do so officially yet. Today, the incumbent president, his campaign, and his cadre of loyal Republicans continued their campaign of baseless claims of voter fraud going on all over the country. Late today, Attorney General Bill Barr did them all one better. He wrote a letter to all U.S. attorneys on letterhead telling federal prosecutors they are allowed to investigate allegations of voter fraud. Katie Benner and Michael Schmidt of the New York Times, friends of this broadcast both, report it this way, quote, Mr. Barr's authorization prompted the Justice Department official who oversees investigations of voter fraud, Richard Pilger, to step down from the post within hours. The move came on the same day Trump's campaign launched a lawsuit to stop the certification of the election results in Pennsylvania. NBC News among those reporting tonight that those around the president are concerned his current rage will hurt his party and his legacy. Though in fairness, a big part of that legacy, of course, is his takeover of the Republican Party, the incredible obedience his acolytes show him, like Mitch McConnell, who, in refusing to acknowledge the Biden victory today, said everything the president wanted him to say right there on the Senate floor.
Our institutions are actually built for this. We have the system in place to consider concerns, and President Trump is 100% within his rights to look into allegations of irregularities and weigh his legal options.
Jonathan Swan over at Axios reports the president has already told those around him he's thinking about running for president again in 2024, adding, quote, this is the clearest indication yet that Trump understands he has lost the 2020 election to Joe Biden. Meanwhile, the president fired his defense secretary, Mark Esper, on Twitter today, writing, quote, Mark Esper has been terminated. I would like to thank him for his service. President named Chris Miller, who served as director of the National Counterterrorism Center, as acting defense secretary. Video today showed Miller tripping while arriving at the Pentagon. He is then seen taking off his mask before going into the building. New York Times reports, quote, two White House officials said Mr. Trump was not finished and that Christopher Wray, the FBI director, and Gina Haspel, the CIA director, could be next in line to be fired. Removing these senior officials, in effect decapitating the nation's national security bureaucracy, would be without parallel by an outgoing president who just lost re-election. Meanwhile, over the weekend, the United States passed a grim milestone, over 10 million total coronavirus cases since the start of the pandemic. Virus now reaches a new peak every day. It's surging in 43 of our 50 states. There have been over 240,000 deaths and over 131,000 new COVID-19 cases reported just today, 131,000. Over the past week, the country has been averaging about 110,000 per day. And irony of ironies, the president is surrounded by coronavirus once again. His chief of staff, Mark Meadows, has it. Then today we learned Housing Secretary Dr. Ben Carson has it. So does David Bossie. He's the guy heading up the legal challenges to the Biden victory. Then there was today's good news on the vaccine front. It came from Pfizer, which notably did not take part in the administration's Operation Warp Speed. Pfizer, for its part, says its vaccine is 90% effective. That, if it holds, would be historic.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.